written here, and they'll go down in the history books. As we move now into the round of 16, E.Ewing chasing a second Bell's title up against Conor O'Leary, up against Ethan, because Ethan's going to get him on variety. That forehand's remarkable. Big calves, big layback jams. Conor's got to get that vertical approach happening. Just biding his time to kick this right off. The competitor's sitting deep though, so we'll still have the opportunity to attack the bowl a couple of times here. Clean conditions on Anzac Day, and great performance being thrown down by each of our competitors so far. Some very close battles, and hopefully another one here. Ethan on the outside gets started with a big float as Conor brings it through to the inside.
Before you get to that final section, so E.Ewing, wave choice on point. As we look at Conor O'Leary, great backhand snap to start things off, but then had to struggle. A little bit of downtime here before he got to this next moment, and that was towards the end of the reef. And the wave had already lost its steepness at that moment. Some great work done through this inside. Comes to the final manoeuvre and just catches that in.
Suck it some big breaths, because he got a lot of work done here, Ethan.
And, you know, this is the second wave of the set. We are seeing that top of the tide, but this one's drawing so nicely. Wow, he's surfing with a lot of speed and precision like we, you know, expected from him. Just beautiful on the rail. But to me, this inside section is so premeditated, where he kind of links that turn and he's waiting for this one to stand up, but definitely makes it a lot more dramatic with that end section hit.
Absolutely. This is one of those special Bell's waves that holds its height when it comes off the bowl and then through to the inside section. It's almost like there's a special invisible bit of reef that just sort of pops up and holds its form.
For this one.
Just, you know, a medium-sized wave coming off the reef, just lays into that first turn. Two-turn combo out the back was insane. That turn in particular, one of my favorites of the day. It's yeah, we said that he would just be surgical precision in his heat approach. I mean, to go out, to get the 933 and then straight onto this wave, just such a high heat IQ. And then again, just finishing with that layback.
It's effortless the way he goes about these turns. Almost a little skid on the first one, but I agree with you, Rosie. That was just a critical pocket jam. And again, opting for that backhand layback approach. Watch him drop the arm in the wall here. Oh. Bang.
He almost lost it on that first turn too. Like it went a little flat on the fins, and then he really emphasized that second turn. So it definitely made up for, well, by Ethan's standards, a little bit of a bobble.
Yeah, that of this clash in the early stages, and Conor O'Leary just forced to wait for a set wave now to give himself a solid shot. He's going to pull the trigger on this one, drive up into this first section and blitzes the lip, absolutely hammers it, and again just gets upside down. A great combination on the outside, 3 huge turns, and this is a great response. He'll need the finish on the inside. We've got excellent scores on the board for E.Ewing, but Conor O'Leary on his way. Powerful work on the outside. Not rushing it, just really wants to time this well. It lays down a little bit the section, but he greets it with a nice little backhand hit. And that's exactly what he needed. Richard Dogmarsh, he loves it. Iago and Conor. Let's have a look at it again, Rich.
Beautiful pace. Connects with the first turn, sets himself up. Vertical approach on the second. Drives round on the third, and again gets nice and vertical. Just the consistency on the backhand for Conor on this wave, really evident. And then a little bit of downtime through this inside, and he does get the finishing move, but 80%, 90% of the points for this ride is going to be that 3-turn combination on the backhand. Really just pushing it as hard as he could, Rosie.
Yeah, stays low, stays crisp in that pocket. I mean, that's as hard as you can hit a lip on your backhand. A lot of the surfers coming in saying, you know, the lip line on the waves today is really hard to judge, and Conor just eyes us off perfectly. Look at his eye line. He knows exactly where he wants to put his board. Beyond 12 o'clock there, drifts the tail, stays low and compressed on his backhand. Just so technically sound. I mean, you can take down notes from the type of surfing he's doing. Absolutely clubs that wave.
God, I love watching this slow-mo, because you get to really dive into the intricacies of what they're doing on the backhand. I didn't quite pick up just how much tail release he was getting through those turns, and to do that on the backhand and have just waving in sets to his pony, E.Ewing.
Have a look at this wall for Ewing, who responds with a bit more aggression after Connor drops an 8.67. Ethan knows he's within reach now, and he's putting it all on the line. Full release, total commitment, and great control riding out of that move. He just vaporised that wave. There was nothing left. No point in going to the shore break on it.
I was about to say, didn't even bother. Didn't even bother with the inside.
Wow, he eviscerated this wave. I mean, so much speed and precision going up into that lip. I mean, we spoke about the 3-turn combo from Connor. I feel like, you know, Ethan is upping the ante. That last turn was beyond belief. Where does the score go? Because it's definitely better than the 8.5.
Oh, the water angle. This is great to be able to just see how the angle that Ethan's able to put the board on rail completely. Just getting the board out of the wave face. So the first turn was ferocious, just knifes it. So composed off the bottom, a big rail wrap for the second. Complete 360 wrap, back into the pocket. This third turn for me is unbelievable. The board completely disconnects, and the ability to just shove it straight back under his feet again, re-engage.
Amazing. That would be the heat of a lot of competitors' lives.
And let's give some credit here to one of the big goofy footers on the tour. An amazing performance from Connor O'Leary as well. Some great surfing on the backhand, but just coming up against a force today, unfortunately.
Near perfect rides. But the heat score totals, impressive. E.Ewing, one of the highest heat score totals this year, of course. And Connor O'Leary, he dropped an 8.67 of his own. He can hold his head up high.